Hi there, welcome back. This is our third video, and today we are going to talk about how much things cost. From all the tools that I mentioned in our last video, today I'm going to put prices on those things. So this one is pretty exciting to me. Let's get started. So welcome back to Moshito Design Academy. Today we are going to figure out how much all those tools cost. I'm going to talk about the things that I think are essential, and then I'll mention some of the stuff that you can also invest in if you want to, or there are things that can come down the road and you will not need immediately. All right, so first disclaimer, all those prices have, all those items rather than the prices, all these items that I'm going to talk about are going to have a wide range of options. So keeping that in mind, and even though I only added a little disclaimer here in the iPad, you can buy this thing refurbished, which means you can buy them from somebody else and then find them at a slightly cheaper price. And I find that a lot of these things are still in a pretty good condition, so it might be good to take a look at those options as well if you're in a tight budget. But you will need a computer. We've already talked about this, unfortunately. Computers can go anywhere from $500 and up, unless you try to find something refurbished. It can get a little cheaper. But again, if you already have one, I would start there. I already had one and it was absolutely fine. It was pretty old computer and I didn't need anything else. Then you can consider looking into an iPad if you want to create art digitally. Anywhere from $200 and up. There are better prices if you go with a refurbished one. And the only thing I would keep in mind is that it's compatible with an Apple Pencil, which range, you can find prices starting at $80. Scanners are cheaper. You can find cheaper options for $60 that they work pretty well. I already had a scanner with a printer and it's fine. It works great. When it comes to the software that you need, you could begin with Procreate, which is only $9.99, a one-time fee, or you could go with the Adobe subscription, which starts at $37.99 a month. If you're a student, you can get a discount, so I definitely keep that in mind and apply for the discount if you qualify for it. I don't use Affinity Designer, but it's $70 if you want to use it on your computer, a one-time fee, and I think it's $20 if you want it for your iPad. So that's an option as well, and it's a little bit better because it's a one-time fee, so you don't have to continue paying for it. So I would think these are the basic stuff that you need. Once you have them, they will last for a while, hopefully. And then from here, you can add anything you want. When I started, this is all I started with. And then later on, I decided to invest in some other stuff. But for example, I started with a free website. WordPress allows you to create a blog for free. So I started there. And when I was a little bit better in the technical aspects, I was able to create designs, make my repeats. Then is when I decided to go with the website. When it comes to the website, there is a lot of options out there. Happy to talk to you about all the research that I did and the conclusion I came for myself. Just keep in mind that when you pay for the website, it's usually a monthly subscription. They will also have different prices depending on the capabilities that you want for your website. So there are more charges if you want to have an e-commerce shop versus if you don't need that, things like that. You will pay for the newsletter separately, whether it's through the same website or through a different one. Again, I'm happy to talk to you about that. I would say that the newsletter is kind of the main reason why I went with a website, because when you advertise yourself in social media, you don't own those platforms. So if anything happens to the platform or if you lose access to your account, then you will access to all your followers. So I would try to get a newsletter started as soon as possible, but when you're ready. And then you will have to pay for a domain. If you want a domain with your name, you will have to pay for a domain. So it's a good idea if you already have an idea for a name or you are thinking about one, that you check it out first and you see how much it will cost. Every domain is slightly different. Usually they're not too expensive. So you can play with the names and try to find out a good domain for you that doesn't cost a lot of money. And I'll be happy to share the website where you can find the domains as well. Marketing ads. I don't buy them, but it's an option that you have to advertise yourself, definitely. But I think there is a lot about the timing and how to use them, and I'm not familiar with those, so I haven't invested on those. There's also a lot of management tools, a lot of software that can help you create quick and fast, like advertisings, presentations, things like that. I use some of those, but I use the free versions. And then if there is anything that I really like and I think I could use more of their capabilities, I might consider investing. But for the most part, the free options do it for me. If you create art from scratch on a piece of paper, you will need art supplies, obviously. Again, you can start with the basics and then decide where it is that you could get help. There's definitely some areas that you will feel that you could need more help than others. But I would start basic, get yourself going, and then decide where else you want to invest. All right, so this is it for today. It's a quick class. If you have any questions about any of the things that I talked about, you are welcome to reach out. I'll be happy to answer those questions for you. So in our next class, what I'm going to talk about is an important tool that I use to advertise my designs. They're called mockups. So I will talk about those in our next video, and I hope to see you there. Bye.